So you're ready to start a business and you know that there are some steps that you need to take to make your business successful, but what are they? How do you get off the ground? Or maybe you've already started your business and you're struggling to make money. Well, maybe you skip some of these steps. So this video, I'm going to walk you through my 10 steps to getting your business launched and ready to go. Make sure that you watch until the end because the last step is something people miss all the time and they get it wrong every single time. So my name is Michelle Gifford. I'm a brand and marketing strategist. I am the host of the Business Mom School, where we help you grow a successful business online. And listen, I get it. I know what it's like to try to build a business while raising kids, right? It's tricky. So I want to make sure that as part of Business Mom School, I give you everything you need effectively and make sure that you can grow a business efficiently. Tuition is free, but you have to do the work. You can just text BMF to 951-309-7885 and you will join it. And what you're going to get is you're going to get an email every week with training that you need to do to move your business along. And I'm just glad that you're here. So let's get into the 10 steps. You ready? The first step is start with why. Simon Sinek says start with why. And I do have a caveat to this, so stick with me. But Simon says that you start your business with why because when you do that, then you're able to build on a foundation. So when things get bad, you can always go back to your why. And it's also something that people can connect with. It helps people connect with your business on a deeper level. So I want you to think about this. Why are you going into business? There's no wrong answers here. You need to really understand this for yourself to know what is the reason. And maybe your reason is that you want to make money so that you can pay for your kids' Christmases or piano lessons or whatever. That is a great why. Don't ever shy away from making money. That's what a business does. It makes money. So that can be a great why. Maybe you see a problem in your industry and you know that you can serve. Maybe you want to be a photographer and you want to make sure that the seniors in your neighborhood and in your school system get really great pictures and know how beautiful they are. Awesome. So figure that out. And the reason, again, why we're going to figure that out is because there's going to be times when you don't want to show up because it's hard or it's work and you don't want to show up. And having that deeper why, knowing exactly why you're doing this will keep you going. But here is the caveat. I don't want you to get stuck on why. And a lot of women, especially moms in business, get stuck here because people tell them to go really, really deep with their why. And the truth is, if you're a mom in business, you probably already have your why ingrained in you because you are just geared to serve other people. Like you serve people just naturally. And so my guess is that your why is already ingrained in who you are. But I do want you to be able to verbalize it and make sure that you get that down on paper so that you yourself can understand why you're here. But don't stop here. If you get stuck at why, then you're making a mistake. Because what happens is if you start with why, the why that you have right now, you're going to see that the more you serve people, the more you get to know your customers, your clients, you're going to realize that your why is going to get a lot deeper the more you get into it and the more you serve people. So start where you are and then take the next step. Step number 2 is to get your brand messaging down. Listen, I have a marketing agency. We do brand work for people. We work with big influencers and creatives, and we're doing their content management. And I start everyone here at brand messaging. What is your brand message? Your brand message consists of 5 P's. Ready? Number 1 is a person. Who is the one person that you are talking to that is perfect for your product? Who is that one person? How well do you know them? How well can you speak to them? The second P is they have a problem. That person has a problem and you have a product that will solve that problem. The fourth P, what is the promise of transformation? How is their life going to be different because they show up for you? And number 5, personal authority. What makes you and your business the person that they should choose to solve that problem? If you start out with these 5 Ps, it's going to make a world of difference because suddenly you are niched down to one person with one problem and you know what product you're going to create to solve that problem and make money. And you can very easily project that promise of transformation to your customers. So I recommend spending some time here and watch out because in the next week or so, I have a whole video that walks you through how to do this. Step number 3 is figuring out your customer journey. So a customer journey is how are you going to attract clients? And then how do you move them from a follower or someone who just finds you to a customer, someone who actually pays you money? Seeing that journey and understanding the checkpoints along that journey will help you determine where you need to spend time. It'll also help you as you're setting up your social media and your other marketing efforts. You'll understand how you're attracting clients. So I attract clients with my content marketing. I love it so much. So I create content on my podcast, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, all of the places to attract new clients. And then what happens? Well, if they consume my content, then they are going to get on my email list, which is my business mom school. You can text that number and get emails from me that are super valuable, super helpful. And then when it's time to sell my products, I have some digital courses and some website templates. And I also have services like we can completely rebrand you and take over your content management. Then I have a group of people that I can actually sell to, right? And so now I can see how I take someone from finding me to actually paying for my services or paying for my products. And you need to understand that. Too many times people stay stuck on like, I just need to get followers. And it's like, cool. So how do those followers make you money? How do they do it? Well, you need to understand that. All right. Number 4 is to do a SWOT analysis. Now, maybe you've heard of SWOT analysis or before, or maybe you haven't, but it's a really important research tool and also just like a mind exercise to make sure you can find out the things that make you special. So SWOT analysis is strengths, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats. So I want you to go and find some people in your industry who are selling something similar to you. You don't have to call them competitors, but people who are in your area. And then I want you to go through you and each of them and write down your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And then you're going to be able to see where you stand out and where you are differentiated from them. Because you shouldn't be the same. No business is the same. No person is the same. No personal brand is the same. And so if you take some time to really like analyze what makes me different, what are my strengths, what are my opportunities, what are those weaknesses and threats, then you can spend time as you're marketing and as you're creating that brand message on the things that make you different. Your unique value proposition, a lot of people talk about that. So what makes you different? For instance, for me, one of my unique value propositions is that I'm a mom to 5 kids and they're downstairs. They're actually downstairs playing cards right now. So I get it. Like I understand being a business mom. I totally get it. That's my unique value proposition. So think about you. What if you're a plant shop and you have unique plant varieties, but your unique value proposition from like going to Target or going to Home Depot to get the plants is that you get a wider variety of plants and you know exactly how to care for them. Like the crazy types of plants that are not going to show up in Home Depot and they're probably not going to know how to take care of them if they do. So then you can understand where are those strengths and where are the opportunities there. Home Depot's not teaching people about these varieties of plants or how to propagate them. Cool. That's something that you can seize that opportunity and really stand out from the crowd. So what is the SWOT analysis? Number 5 is to create your product and figure out how to get paid. And maybe this is obvious, but too many women I know have started a following on Instagram and they haven't figured out how they're going to get paid. Where is the money coming in? They just think that if I build a following, then I'll figure it out. And I want you to go in with your business with intention. There are 4 ways that you can get paid, okay? You can sell your services, you can sell your physical products, you can sell digital products, and you can sell your influence. So maybe you do have a large Instagram following and people pay you to talk about their products. Well, that would be you're selling your influence. Or maybe you have a big blog and you are selling ads on your blog. Well, that's you selling your influence. So think about those 4 things. Let's say it again, right? We have a service, we have a physical product, a digital product, your influence. Those are the 4 things that you can sell. So figure out what you can sell and then figure out how you're going to sell it. What is the actual system in which you get paid? Maybe you're a photographer. So I'm a photographer too. How are people going to actually sign up for you? Do you need to get a website? I use HoneyBook for my clients, and that is a really great client management tool. I'll leave a link below and a coupon code for half off below. How are you going to get a client? Like what's going to happen when someone says, I want you to take my pictures? What are you going to do? Having systems in place where you actually get paid is a big deal. Because it's not a business if you're not getting paid, right? It's just a hobby. So how are you actually going to get paid? And what product are you going to sell? Number 6 is research and test. So now you have this product and I want you to get it out into the public. I want you to figure out how you can sell it. Now, if you're just starting out, you might be selling your services for cheaper than you will down the road. For example, when I first started photography, I was not very good, right? Because I was learning and I was figuring out my editing style. And so guess what? I charged not very much, like $50 for people to hire me. And I was making probably 2 cents an hour, but it allowed me to bring in money while I was learning. So maybe if you have services, you need to do that as well. But maybe you have a product, like a physical product. Is there a way that you can give it at a discount to have people use it and to see how they're using, what things come up, what problems come up when they do use it, what questions do they have? All of this is valuable feedback for you to get so that you understand what your audience actually wants. So I want you to, as you're putting this product together, I need you to test it out. I want you to give it to people who will give you their honest feedback. You don't want to just give this to people who are super, super nice to you and won't tell you the truth. You need people that can get back to you and say, okay, I like this about it. And this is some things that I think you need to think about. That is super valuable. And really, some of the best friends are able to do that. So do some research and test your product. All right. Number 7 is marketing. How are you going to show up online? How are you going to get the word out? Now, there are 2 different types of marketing. There's paid and organic. So organic is when you post on Instagram, you post in your stories, and someone finds you and they want to hire you. Paid is where you pay to be seen. So that's Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Pinterest ads, TikTok ads, all those kinds of things. So you need to decide, are you building a community? How are you going to be doing this? What places are you going to show up, like with your content marketing? I recommend choosing at least one long-term piece of content marketing. So that's like a YouTube, a blog, or a podcast, and then choosing where you're going to show up on social media. So where are those places that you're going to show up online? And when you're just starting out, it's a good idea to just choose one of each. Like, don't choose to show up on all of the places at once when you haven't learned one, right? Don't do Facebook groups, Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, all the things all at once, because you're going to get overwhelmed. So what I recommend is go all in with like Instagram or wherever your place is and start building a following. And then when you understand how that works, then you can move on and start choosing another platform to build on. Number 8 is, what are your internal systems to make sure that the marketing happens and that you show up where you need to show up? So I like to create a content marketing strategy. I've chosen where I'm going to show up, and every month I'll choose a goal of what I want to accomplish. What do I want people to buy? And then I create my content marketing around that goal. So if I'm selling a course, then all my content is going to be getting people to that course or to an email list so that we can sell them on a course later. And so think about that. How's your systems internally, like your content marketing, how is that going to be set up that you can talk to people on a regular basis, but it's also sustainable? Think about how many times you're going to post on Instagram a week. How many blog posts are you going to create? How many emails are you going to create? Creating that list so that you understand what you need to do each week will help you actually get that marketing out there. Number 9 is set up your email list. Now, I know you've heard that, but you probably haven't listened. And you need an email list, because social media, you do not own those people. You don't own the followers. You don't own their contact information. You don't own any of it. All you're doing is renting a place on Instagram, right? And something could happen, or the algorithm could change, and you lose track of all your people. But the cool thing about email marketing is, if a follower opts in and puts their email in, you own those and you can send those out whenever you want. So get an email list. This is going to be one of your biggest sales machines if you do it right. And last and not least, I told you this is my favorite one, is adjust and pivot. Just because you've thought something out and you know what you want doesn't mean you know the future. It doesn't mean that you know everything that's coming. So just leave space for you. And a lot of people get ashamed or embarrassed that they make changes or pivots, but that's actually just good business. Is if you try something out and it's not working, then let's shift that and try something else that will work so that we can serve our audience better and make more money. So I set times every month where I check back on my marketing efforts, my analytics on social media and email, and the places where I'm tracking that. I will check in with that and I'll see if things are going well, which things did really well, which social media posts did really well, what things fell flat, what things are not working. And then I can adjust and pivot, and I can say, this post had this many people click on the link and then this many people bought. So I know that this post is doing well, or this product isn't selling. Well, let's analyze that and let's see what we can do. Maybe we just need a sales page tweak. Maybe we need to tweak the product. We don't know if you don't give space, and if you don't give regular space, to analyze and then adjust and pivot as necessary. All right. So growing a business is a lot of fun. It's work. And as you're starting out, I want you to know that you have a friend in business. You have someone who's been there before who will help you do it. And you're in the right place because you can subscribe below and you can join the Business Mom School. Just text BMS to 951097885, a link below, and you can get on an email and you will be getting weekly updates with all of the training and updates that you need to build that foundation, as well as stay current with the trends and the updates that social media is always throwing at us. So thank you, my friend, for joining me, and we will see you next time.